Hello. Hello. I wonder if somebody can hear me. Can anyone hear me? Well, this is what I'm going to do now. Hello, hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear it? There's life. Okay. I'm having some technical difficulties. So you're going to have to bear with me and I apologize. So, and it's really weird because when I talk, there's like a 30-second delay. Hear you loud and clear. Yeah, so there's like a second delay. This is so weird. Let me try to see if I can like okay. So basically, this is my first live, so there's going to be some technical difficulty situations. I did drop a link and I could drop it again and I don't know if anybody wants to come up. Oh, that ain't it. I think you should actually be able to see the link too. So I'll drop it again. I'll drop it again. Yeah, you should be able to see the link though. Okay, I just dropped the link. So if you wanted to join, you can. So basically, what I wanted to do is I wanted to have a live, and I wanted to talk about all things Colorado from Coach Prime being gifted a beautiful mansion to my sons. That is incredible. What a beautiful gift to give a parent. We should all be so lucky. To my concern that the DC position is still available. So that's what I wanted to talk to folks about tonight. First things first, you're going to say, well, how come you wanted to start your own thing, like your own channel? I've been wanting to start my own channel for a while, and I just too lazy to do it. It's just so easy to just I don't know, click on other people's stuff and listen to what they have to say. And if I wanted to say something, join the live, and if I didn't, I wouldn't. Um, so I decided, hey, why not start my own thing and see what happens? I'm going to continue to do these lives. I don't know about every day, but I'm going to do them for the next week or so on and off. I'm going to do them at kind of like really crazy hours. I am on the East Coast, so it's 12:30 a.m. my time. And I wanted to pick a day where, quite frankly, Rawhide's not on because I'm usually listening to Rawhide or someone else. And we all know his lives go on forever and a day. So I was like, oh, he's not on tonight. It's a good time for me to go on. Because usually, like I said, everybody's listening to him. But anyway, if anybody's still here, can you still hear me? Am I coming in clear? Because there's a serious echo that I have. Can anybody still hear me? And if so, am I coming in loud and clear? Let me do this. Let me. Okay. So I guess nobody wants to join me. I guess I'll be up here all by myself. I hear a little echo. Yeah, that's what I thought. Shoot. See, that's the thing. I don't know how to, and that's why I'm like, I don't know how to stop an echo. Are you able to get on the, are you able to get on the stream? And you're going to have to bear with me because whenever I say something to you, there's like about a 10 or 15-second delay. And anything and everything that I said to you starts saying it. It's really weird. So I'm in this very weird part of the situation. Again, this is their technical difficulties. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know if you all had the opportunity. I did post my first YouTube video a couple of days ago about Warren Sapp, and the title was "He Ain't Coming" or "He's Not Coming Anymore" or whatever. And basically, the YouTube video was talking about, you know, his career, of course, was amazing, incredible. And then after he retired, his personal life, domestic abuse allegations and craziness started to surface. And then he actually was fired from the NFL network for his arrest and subsequent conviction for assaulting two prostitutes. Anyway, make a long story short, um, I ended it with I still want him to come aboard, even though his past is pretty messy. I love seeing him on the well off videos. I thought he added value. So yeah, so if you have the opportunity, please check out the video. Tell me what you think. I guess nobody's gonna join me. I promise you these lives will get better. I just don't know why. Um, there's an echo. All right, I'm gonna put this live on pause and I'm gonna try to figure out why I'm having an echo. So this I'm still gonna be on here tonight. So whether you go or you don't go, that it's all good. I have to figure out how to fix this because again, I'll be going live throughout the next week or two. And if anybody is still there, I'm gonna actually obviously this is gonna be I don't know if we're gonna save this. If there's anything you want to talk about, like any kind of suggestions you would like for me to just anything you like for me to speak on, let me know. But in the meantime, I'm going to put this on pause and I'm going to figure out why I have an echo. So just bear with me. Okay, can anybody hear me? Can anyone hear me? Testing, testing, one, two, three. Shit, it's still doing it. Yeah, you can hear me. Can you hear the echo? Sucks. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to. Okay. I'm going to fix this. I don't know. Oh, God, this is like the story of my life. Nice try. Okay, let me just say this. Um, this is going to take me a long time to fix. Uh, so please feel free to go someplace else. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Default speakers. Okay, can you hear me? La 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 la. Okay, I think. But why the delay though? Okay, just so you know, when I'm working through problems, I'm a weirdo. I have to talk to myself. So I literally ask questions and I literally will answer them. So just so you know, there is a process. This is weird. The hell? I wonder if I do microphone. Okay, can you hear me? I'll go get to. Oh God. Oh God. No. Hell no. Jesus. Out in this damn stream. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. Oh, all right, can you hear me? Yeah, that's a microphone. And do. God damn, it's still doing it. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is like. The only issue is whenever I say something, I again there's like a 10 or 15-second delay. And then I hear what I say, and not only do I hear what I say, it then repeats it twice. So it's gonna be really weird for me to have a conversation, and I gotta fix this because, well, hell, if I don't, how am I gonna, you know? Oh Jesus! All that said, hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. I'm on the East Coast, specifically. I'm in DC, the nation's capital, and it's about 44 degrees. On Friday, it was 76 degrees in the daytime. It was really, really weird. I don't know why it's doing this. This is so when I just answer me in the chat, when I speak, do you hear me? A, do you hear an echo? And B, do you hear me say what I'm saying twice? So you hear what I'm saying twice, yes or no? B, you have to turn everything is turned off. Didn't you ask A or B? No. No, I didn't pose it as an A or B question. Um, I just asked uh, if you are, maybe I did. I will say this: it's almost 1 a.m. on the East Coast, so my brain is probably like slowing down. So you're God, this is so weird. I can't even think like this because um, shit. I gotta figure this out. All right, see it clear now. It may be your mic. All right. Mm. Okay, let's see here. Default microphone communication speakers. Are my speakers turned on too much? Maybe that's it. Let me try that then. Go back here and let me try that. Okay, can you hear me? Let me go here. Shit, it's still doing it. Hey, J. Oh, TB's live? Okay. You know what? I might go over to TB's live because mine is a mess. Do you happen to have TB's link? I've only gone over this live once, and that was like in December. I wonder if he's cussing folks out tonight. Good old TV. How is that? Okay, cool. I'm gonna. I think we're all lost because Rawhide's not. Oh, Lord, let's see. I'm actually like going over there now. So hold on. Okay. I see you, Alley Cat. You're over there too. Cool. I'm over there. Your speaker volume is at maximum. No, it is not. Echo cancellation. Do not turn this off unless you have. Okay. Yes, your broadcasting software. Can you hear me? If so, am I coming in clear? Nope. Shit. All right. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Understand. All right. Can you hear me? I'm sure someone can hear me out here. Um,
What the deal, Coach Dave? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? What's up, man? Not much, man. I ain't doing what's up, man. She, I'm gonna do regular. I don't know if she's not gonna be up there, bro. Yeah. Got Notre Dame. finalize what? Ain't no way I'm gonna put this in the top.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck. That was weird. Alley cat. Da-da-da-da-da. Can you hear me? Answer yes or no. Can you hear me? Am I coming in clear? It's all okay. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can. Okay, so basically, I got rid of the echo, but I didn't get rid of the delay. So even though you can hear me clearly, every time I speak, there's like a 5, 7 second delay, and then it starts for me to speak again. It's really weird. Oh God! What I and the reason why there's no more echo sound is because I've one in different laptops, and now I've solved one problem. Now I have another problem, so now I have to Google this shit out. Jesus, man, this is like okay. This is crazy. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Can anyone hear me? Hmm. It's really not that easy. Okay, I've I've gone through a lot right now, and Jesus, I'm still getting a delay. So every time you hear me speak, there's like, well, I'll speak and say something, and then 10 seconds later, what I've just said will you will hear it. Google has told me a lot of things, and Google is an amazing resource of information, but a lot of it is contradictory. The good news is the echo part of it is stopped. The bad news is there's a significant delay. Okay, now I've just put on my earphones. All right, this is weird. So I try to do something else. So the great news is I know that I'm coming in clear. I know that there's no echo. But the bad part about it is I, again, like I said, every time I speak, I have to wait 10 seconds before it starts to talk. I think what I'm dealing with is I may have to I'm probably gonna call my internet provider on Monday, because I think what I might be dealing with is I guess how many gigabytes or whatever my internet speed. That's it. My internet speed could be an issue. Um, so that's one issue solved. And okay, so what I wanted to talk about, since you're here, I can't believe you're sticking it out and you're listening. What a trooper. Okay, what I wanted to talk about was I really don't know about Coach Prime's coaching. And since you're the only one here and I don't know who you from a can of paint, it's almost like, you know what this is like? I'm not Catholic or anything like that, but this is like going to a priest and you're going to be like my confessional situation. Okay, so this is my opinion. I've said this before. this is my problem with Coach Prime. Um, I don't think he's a I don't think he's a good coach at this level, and I'll tell you why. If I look at him from a CEO perspective, then meaning he's going into the games, he's got he's got his coaches in place, his DC and his OC in place, but they're the ones that are really running things. They're the ones that are obviously drawing up the scheme and doing the play calling, which they're supposed to do. But I don't know if you've noticed this. Do you notice that he rarely has a play call sheet? Like, he just doesn't have a play call sheet. I don't know what's going on with that. And all the other coaches, all the other head coaches have play call sheets. I find that very weird. Like, how do you keep track of the game? How can you correct things when you're not walking around with making notes and a whole bunch of other stuff? Have you noticed that? I don't even know. You could be like a 3-year-old. Yes, but at the end of the day, this is my dilemma, right? Okay, but what happens when things go wrong, like the Stanford game? They were up by only the one that calls plays. Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you look at Nick Saban, if you look at Kirby, if you look at Lincoln and all the other dudes, they all have play call sheets. And if you look at Coach Prime, if you really look at him at the game, like I'm not this major fan, like I'm not a fangirl. If you look at the game, he's really like a spectator. He kind of like stands around with his arms closed. And I'm not saying that he doesn't make any calls because he does, but it's not very often. Who is the three? I don't know what that question means. Who is the three? I don't know what that means. And so anyway, this is my thing. So I'm like, okay, dude, he has to get it right when it comes to his OC and DC because again, he's not drawing up the play schemes. He's not play calling. And when things go really, really bad, like the Stanford game, remember they were up by 29 points, and then come the second half, everything went left. And it was like he just sat there and watched it like he was a spectator. He didn't call any timeouts. Coach Kelly, who I am so glad he's no longer on staff, he got 4 fouls because he couldn't count to 11. He kept putting 12 players in the field, and it was a total cluster fuck. Um, and then when the UCLA game came, and freaking your head coach, I mean, he basically saw his son get murdered on the field, and he didn't do anything. He didn't try to stop it. He didn't try to call additional timeouts. It was such an uproar over that game. I mean, it was like it went around the world. I remember that was a game that uh, what's his name? Sean Lewis pretty much got demoted. I know some people say he got demoted, some people say he stepped down because he said he didn't want to put his name on it. I do think that my concern is this. It's like you're gonna be like Catholic priest tonight, even though I'm not Catholic. Um, my concern is Pat Shermer. I really don't think he's of the moment. I don't think he has balls enough to challenge Coach Prime. I think he's a yes man. I believe that my concern is we're going to pick up where we left off. I believe that my concern with Coach Prime is my fear is this. My fear is that he thinks that all he has to do is upgrade the players. Like I just have to get really great players, and once I get really great players, I can continue to implement what I tried to implement last year, but couldn't do it because the talent level wasn't there. My rebuttal for this is that's not the case, sir. If you come back with basically the same pass heavy offense, we're in trouble because it's too predictable and it put a lot of strain on our O line. Like what people don't realize, in my opinion, was yes, we didn't have a really good O line. Okay, everybody knows that. Everybody's mama knows that. It is what it is. What people don't understand is because we were so pass heavy last year and we didn't really run the ball that much, everything was very predictable. Like I remember the UCLA game, and even though I'm not really good, I mean I'm new to this, and I may not know the technical names of the plays and stuff, but I remember thinking, "Oh my God, this is the same thing as what it was before." And that the UCLA game was the first game after the bye week, meaning they had those 2 weeks. And I'm thinking, okay, great. You know what? We had a loss or whatever. We're going to come back and we're going to be better than ever. And the reality of it is we literally came back. Sean Lewis had the same play scheme that he had before he left. And it's like, dude. And again, it was pretty much pass heavy. And because it was so predictable, it was so predictable. I mean, it's like the coaches really didn't have to game plan against us because all we were so predictable, which means it puts a lot of stress on an already talent less O line because people were blitzing us left and right. Um, and my concern is I love the fact that he's very motivational and he's very inspirational. And there's so many things that are about him I do really like. But then there are times I feel like, dude, like my question is how much time and energy and effort is he putting into preparing for the games? Part of me part of me feels like he's not doing enough work and study at this level to be a coach. And I know that sounds terrible, but I have a feeling like if you were to look at his work schedule versus like a Nick Saban or like um, a Kirby Smart or a Lincoln Riley, I guarantee they're working, 70, 60 hours a week helping the game plan versus Coach Prime. I mean, look, I'll say it. He's a likable narcissist. And narcissism is not necessarily a bad thing. I think narcissism is getting a bad rap. You can be a likable narcissist, and I think he is. I mean, I hate to say it, but he spends more time promoting his books, figuring out what the outfits are going to look like, looking at his cleats and what kind of shoes he's going to wear, and all this marketing stuff. Which I don't get me wrong, I do think that is important because it's about branding, it's about recruiting, which goes into recruiting. It's about building out the brand. So I don't. There's a part of me feels that that's necessary. So I'm not hating on that. I'm like, but I feel like, dude, every time I watch these rollout videos, which I know they don't tell you everything. He's in his office and he's like, it's almost like he's holding court if he was like King Henry VIII. Celebrities come to visit him, other athletes come to visit him. And again, I don't have a problem with all of that. Like that's part of who he is. And then he's doing, he's interviewing with other people, whether it's other podcasts, whether it's other or a traditional media. And he's got a lot going on. He was like that throughout the season, and I thought to myself, dude, how much are you spending preparing for these games? I don't know. Like my feeling is, I don't think he's spending enough time learning how to be a coach at this level. I think he's over delegating. And the problem with over delegating the way he's doing is when the ship starts to sink, he can't right the ship. he has to watch it shit. He has to watch it sink because he was nowhere when the ship, or I shouldn't say nowhere. He wasn't around too much when the ship was being built. I look at the Colorado Buffaloes, it's almost like a startup. And I think what people have to understand where people are like, oh, he's not used to losing. It's like that's the narrative that he's pushed, but he is because when he went to Atlanta Falcons, the first team he went to when he was drafted, they had more losing seasons than they had winning and losing by a lot. That's why he left because he was tired of losing. He realized I can't continue to put this team on my damn back. You need to get better talent. You can't just rely on me. But they had a lot of losing seasons. That's why he left to go to the what is it? San Francisco 49ers. That's when he got the Super Bowl. And then he left after a year and he became a Dallas Cowboy. And he just he just really blew up, became iconic. Um, and then, of course, obviously, like all athletes, you can't be on top forever. Then he got traded, what, two or three times afterwards, and those teams they were losing teams. So this whole scenario that he's not used to losing, it's like no. And then even when he had Prime Academy was a disaster. Um, I mean, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still positive. I still want him to win. I still, mm, um, hmm. I don't know. I still want him to win, but I'm skeptical. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like when Charles Kelly, DC Kelly was still here. I remember when I said I was in the beginning of I think it was December. I said, "Well, let me tell you how I feel because DC Kelly's coming back and Pat Shermer is going to stay on as the OC. I see we only winning like 4 or 5 games next year because people continue to forget we are literally we are 127 out of 133 of defense. We're at the bottom of defense. So that's why I said, well, based on the fact that DC Kelly stayed, based on the fact that Shermer is staying, we're going to have 4 or 5 wins next year. And then 2 weeks later, we find out that Kelly left. And I'm like, thank goodness. Then I got all excited. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I think we're going to have like maybe 8 or 9 wins. That's how much I was disgusted with Coach Kelly. Like, I thought he was terrible. He is never a good coach. And he was an okay recruiter. Anyway, so then I was like, I think we're going to go 8 or 10 wins because you know what? I think we can do it. I was feeling very, very positive. I was like, okay, yes, thank God. All right, we got that piece of out of here. So now we're going to win games. Now I'm starting to feel negative. I'm feeling like we may only win 4 or 5 games. I said that and I said that out loud. I'm saying that because this is very concerning that we don't have a DC. You do realize that the spring game is right around the corner and we don't have a DC. And I don't know anything about coaching, so let me just state this. One thing I've heard from these podcasts is the fact that he's not allowing the DC to bring in his own people, the fact that we're going to keep Hart and some other guy on is a problem. Because from my understanding, what everybody else says, they're not they're terrible. Now I don't know whether they're terrible or not because I didn't pay attention to I only paid attention to Lewis, Kelly, and Summer. So I can't tell you whether they're stuff or not. But everybody was like everybody. A lot of people were like, he needs to let go of his homeboys. He needs to let go of Mark and some other guy. I forget what's the You can tell me what the other guys think in the chat. I appreciate it because I can't. But yeah, I just remember them saying that, and the fact that it's very uncommon to hire a really good PC and not allow this person to bring their own people. And the fact that, and everybody was saying because he's not allowing this shit something pre-recorded. What do you mean by that? Saying this shit sounds pre-recorded. Well, all I can tell you is it's not pre-recorded. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is I'm in a situation where I have my headphones in my hand and I'm talking into one of my headphones ears as I speak to you. So they're not like over my head like normal. And the only reason why I'm doing it this way is because, like I said, every time I speak, there is a 10 to 15-second delay. And I'm so glad you're actually not like live because oh my god, I think you are. Well damn. Okay. I think he left. Oh well. Because you're not interacting with what. Okay, but you're not really okay, so you're not really saying it. You're not saying much. I see what you're typing. You're saying, how do you know that? That's just what you see. It's 24 hours in a day. You only see what they show. Indeed, we all do. Sam, this should be recorded because you're not interacting with what I'm saying. Okay, let me counter all of that. I could understand what you I would agree with you, but you do realize we only fucking won 4 games. We only won 4 games, my friend. You do realize that this man, Coach Prime, made bad coaching decisions. Golly gee. You know, and so when you make bad coaching decisions, I can then assume a whole ton of shit. I'm just keeping it 100. At the end of the day, you don't see the comments as you're talking. No, the thing about it is, well, there's only one of you in here. So I do see what you're saying because there's only one of you in. Yeah. I mean, look, like I said, this is my first stream. It's going to get better. I have to figure out some technical errors and stuff like that. But I do will say this. I don't know who you are, Alley Cat. I do appreciate you staying on and listening to me ramble about my thoughts about Coach Prime. I mean, like I said, I don't know. I I'm very concerned that we don't have a DC available. He said about 2 weeks ago that we were gonna have a DC. Remember when he said, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to three people, and we're gonna have somebody in a couple of days," and then a couple of days has passed. It's been 2 weeks, and we still don't have a DC. Listen, that is a concern. That is an absolute total concern. I really think that really good candidates are turning down the job. That's just you know what? Not only are they turning down the job, I think that they know something that we don't know about working for Coach Prime. I really truly do believe that. I think that not everybody can wants to be filmed when they're doing their job. I mean, think about it. When you do your job, do you want to have the camera on you all the time? Even half of the time. I know that if somebody was to tell me, "Oh, you can do this job, but you're going to be filmed." And don't get me wrong, I know it's the way of a lot of jobs. If I was a police officer, you have to wear the body cams and stuff like that. So you're being filmed, and and if you're in certain jobs, they do have to film you. But for the most part, I would not want to be in an environment where I'm having to be filmed all the time. I need to be able to be real. I need to have outbursts every now and again. I need to be able to joke and say dumb, stupid, inappropriate shit, without having to worry about, oh my God, if I say something really dumb and stupid just off the cuff, I got to deal with cancel culture coming for me. Um, I also think that they may not have liked how I have a strong feeling that his style has scared some really good people away. And I think that that might hurt him. I just, and I, you know what I also think? I am also concerned that Shador is not 100%. Like, people don't understand, he has fractured his back. Now, it's a mild fracture, but that's still a fracture in the back. And if he continues to get sacked the way that I believe he will be sacked, he's in trouble. He's not going to make it to the NFL. And I'm going to save this live stream because I am going to predict that he's going to get messed up so bad next year, he won't even make it to the NFL. And I say that because, number one, I believe that they're not going to run the ball that much next year. I think his idea, I think Coach Prime's idea of running the ball is like running the ball 3% more than what they ran last year. Then in his non-X's and O's mind, he's not going to understand why that's not working. It's like, sir, you got to run the ball. You have to be creative when it comes to the place games. And let's be clear, when Shador was out and he was no longer playing, remember he got injured in the Washington game? All of us, the moment he got out of the game, all of a sudden the game changed. It's like, oh wow, now we're running the ball. I thought you said we don't run the ball. Now we're running the ball. Then we got a trick play. Then they actually put in different type of personnel when it came to some of the players. Like the game really opened up, and I just feel like I I don't know, man. And I gotta tell you, if we do not get to a bowl game next year, they're literally gonna want his ass out. I don't care how much freaking money he's brought into Boulder, because then it's gonna become the laughing stock. And no amount of money people want to be laughed at. It's not worth it. And I think people don't take me seriously. It's like, listen, if he comes in and we only win 4 or 5 games next year, people are going to want his ass gone. Hell, I might even be the one leading the charge. Right? I mean, hopefully that won't happen. I'm only going worst case scenario. Hopefully, and I mean hopefully, um, we'll win next year. And this is my expectation, brother. Please, please, please get us to a bowl game. Just get. We don't even have to win the damn game, even though we should win. I just want because we are literally in an easier conference, so we've got better players but an easier conference. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: if the coaching is trash, if the coaching is trash, we will literally still lose. But if we can just get to a damn bowl game, possibly win the bowl game, then it'll be like, okay, all right, now we've won a bowl game and we've gotten to it. Now the next year, and I guarantee this. This is the weird part about me. That once Shador leaves, that's when I think he'll be a better coach. I'm not goofy. A little crazy, but I'm not goofy. Boy, this is just like going into confessional. I love it. I'm getting it all out of my system. So, are you on the East Coast, West Coast? Yeah, that's not true. Shador was hurt because he's still hurt, and I'll tell you why. If you watch, okay, if you watch well off videos early this week, and one of those videos, Shador and Shiloh and Coach Prime were talking, and they were talking about skiing. Going down the slopes. And remember when, if you watch the videos, remember when Coach Prime was talking about how he wanted some snowmobile and I think it was Shador or Shiloh or one of the sons was like looked at the camera. He's like, if anybody knows, I think it was Shador, how we can get on a snowmobile because of his foot situation. And then he said, well, we all know. He said something like, well, I can't get on it because of something like that. He was referencing his back, why he can't do it, right? And then even when the Marines came, you notice that they conveniently left out Shador. Shador was not doing all that stuff the way the other kids were doing. And then Bucky actually filmed Shiloh, but he conveniently left out Shador doing a lot of stuff. Did you not know that? You already know Shador is a star. So if Shador was doing, having guys on his back doing squats and uh, carrying those ammunition, whatever those things are, they would have filmed it. But he wasn't doing any of that. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything, but that's because he's still dealing with back. And I will say this: um, it was discussed that when he got his back injury, he has to be out for 2 months. He's not supposed to do anything strenuous for 2 months. So it makes sense if he's not doing anything crazy. Well, no, no, no. I don't understand your question. Or whatever you said. Sounding like a super fan, and a Pac-12 is not really that easy. It's some good teams there. Okay. No, 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 no. Remember, they're moving to the Big 12. So they were in the Pac-12, and now they're moving to the Big 12. The Pac-12 was super, super, super competitive. They played a lot of ranked teams. And really, when you think about it, they did pretty good considering the types of teams that they played against. So the Big 12 is an easier conference. Everybody knows that. I mean, you don't even have to be a football fan. Oh, hey, shout out H Town, H Town. Hey, Beyonce, Virgo season. Anyway, actually, it's Capricorn season. It's January. Shout out to Capricorns. Um, Yeah, yeah. So what was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. You said I said really hurt. That's what you. So are you saying he was really hurt? I I'm not. I mean, it wasn't a major injury because if it was a major injury, clearly A would have to have surgery. B would never play again. But it was an injury, and it's an injury that if he continues to take sacks the way that he was, and even if he doesn't, let's say because I can tell you something right now with the injury that he has, he's one sack away from never playing football again. And I will say this: what pisses me off about Coach Prime is for him to sit here and continue to allow door to play in that UCLA game when he saw his son getting murdered left, right, center, and him not pull his son out and say, I need to preserve my son. My son is a star quarterback. And then even the subsequent other games where he almost bragged about Shador being, shot up during halftime and then he's sitting his son back out there. To me, that was like total coaching malpractice. Like, dude, what are you doing? You don't do that. That's crazy. Okay, he's not. No, I mean, yeah, but he's human, and it's not. Put it this way: he ain't Jalen Milroe of freaking Alabama. You see how Jalen Milroe is built. Milroe is built the last. Shador is a strong guy. Don't get me wrong, but he's got more of a brain body. He's not really a really big, strong. He's not like Jalen Monroe. If you have a fractured back, you're not Ronnie, you're not working out. Google it, Ronnie. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we're. I think we're saying. I don't know if we're saying the same thing or not. I think we are. What my whole argument is this. I think his injury has the potential to really cause him a lot of complications next year if he is not totally healed up. My statement was I don't think he is healed, which is understandable because he wasn't really doing a lot of stuff from practice when the Marines were there. And again, I don't have a problem with that. I hell, you know what? He's in the, he we deserve finish door. So I'm not upset that he wasn't lifting up people and doing squats. That doesn't bother me. Thank God. Yeah, but yes, but be very, very clear. The Big 12 is not as difficult as the Pac 12. And if you think it is, you need to go somewhere and sit all the way down and don't even make a face or roll your eyes because it ain't. We are going. It's an easier. It's not extraordinarily easy. We do have a few tough. What is it? A few tough teams, but it's really not that bad. I mean, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, I think we'll be okay. I just and that's why. But I would also say this: you never ever underestimate an opponent. And if you don't believe so, um, how about Stanford? You want to go over that game again? Hell, we barely won Arizona, and we should have. That was another slam dunk. We should have won, and we barely won CSU. Another slam dunk. We should have won. Yeah, so it is what it is. I got a question. Do you happen to watch this reality show called Love and Marriage Huntsville with Martell, Holt, and Melody? Okay, a lot of players get shots that are in the NFL. I'm not stupid. They're not shooting up college students like this. And if they are, they're not. You don't tell people this stuff. Like that's another thing that I don't like. I really think that they put way too much out there on social media. The problem with Bucky is, dude, you gotta learn. You gotta learn to, you know, you don't need to film some stuff. Some stuff you need to, like, you could tell he's not. He doesn't have like official training in this because it's like all over the place, which I actually like on some levels because it is uncut and there's no beginning and ending and there's no narrative. And I do kind of like the rawness of it, but then there's sometimes because it's too raw, I feel like sometimes he reveals too much. Oh man, I like what is it, Jalen Rowe? I really do. Jalen Monroe, I really like him. I feel like what I love about him is his story. The beginning of 2023, the season, we all saw he was struggling. And he was really struggling. We all saw when Saban had to, bench him for one game, and then he put in this two other quarterbacks, which was a total freaking disaster. It was so bad when he had quarterback number two and quarterback number three step up. That was an absolute disaster. And then we all remember when Saban went to the podium of the press conference the next week afterwards. And even though they won that game with the backup quarterbacks, it was against an easier opponent. And if it wasn't for the defense, they would not have won. But anyway, Saban then gets up to the microphone and says, "Oh yeah, Jalen's my guy. I'm going to stick with him." And then of course, Jalen gets the job back, and then he just, I don't know, man. He just started to become every single week he got better and better and better and better and better. I love how he plays it. He goes outside of the pocket. He has a strong arm. He has his flaws, but he's one of those type of people that he's just consistently better. And as far as the game that they lost in the playoffs, that wasn't his fault. It was the O lineman. What the hell? That guy couldn't snap the damn ball like that. I'm a woman. Give me the damn ball. I could have done way better than him. And then just the entire O line was terrible that game. He was getting sacked like Shador gets sacked. Well, the Pac-12 is collapsing. I read your comment. You said, yes, maybe not last year, but typically the Big 12 is stronger than the Pac-12 for last year. Well, this is the first time I've done this. Look at me. I'm learning. Okay. Yes, it is. Maybe not last year, but typically the Big 12 is stronger than the Pac-12, except for last year. I will say this. What I do know is this: the Pac-12 is pretty much imploding. Everybody's leaving it. USC is leaving the Pac-12. UCLA is leaving the Pac-12. Um, and I think one of the reasons why the referees were bitter towards this is because, you know what, we are like Beyonce, and they're like Destiny's Child, and we're going solo, and they're upset and they're bitter. That's why we had shitty referees. Um, during the Utah game because we should have won that. As far as I'm concerned, we did win that Utah game. Here's, okay, let me just. So right, yeah, you're contradicting yourself. You're saying don't underestimate them, but you're saying they're easy. Uh, well, it's not contradiction. You can listen. Look. The human brain can hold many different ideas at the same time, and this is one of them. so basically you're saying don't underestimate them. No, you never want to estimate or underestimate anybody. That's just easy. What I'm saying is this: you don't want to underestimate people, like we did with Stanford. Remember, we thought we were going to win Stanford, so we underestimated them, and we thought they would be easy. They were the first half, but guess what? Like I said, we did not make any adjustments in 2023. Did you not see the second half of almost every single game, for maybe with the exception of the first 2 or 3 games? No, 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 the first 2 games. After that, we just didn't make adjustments. We didn't make adjustments. So one of the reasons, another layer of why we lost is because we didn't make adjustments. Hopefully, and again, that's a that falls on the shoulders, it falls on the feet of the head coach. Why the hell did he not get after his coaches about making adjustments the second half? That is a game scheming issue. And that issue falls on the DC and the damn OC. And they didn't. Well, again, sir, respectfully, they did not make adjustments. Well, I will say this. It's sad that you don't watch reality TV because you really don't know what you're missing. A lot of messiness. He can't really throw the ball unless he can't really throw the ball unless he get a lot of practice this summer. He may not play. Are you talking about Shador? Are you saying he can't really he's not going to be able to throw the ball unless he gets a lot of practice this summer? He may not play. You know what? This is my issue. By the spring game, Shador's back should be okay. If we're talking about Shador, yeah, Shador's back should be good. Hmm. I will say this: I'm using something called Streamyard, and I'm so glad I didn't pay for this because boy, I would be pissed. So I got a question. I'm going to do these lives again sometime in a couple of days. What do you wish, and it's not just for me, what do you wish when you log on to these types of lives? What do you wish people would talk about? I probably will get on in the future. There's a couple of reasons why I haven't gotten on. You know, there's a couple. I mean, I'm not famous. I'm not a famous person, but I'm kind of locally known. You wouldn't recognize me, but where I'm from, I would know. And then of course, this is something that I'm doing that's fun, and I just don't know if I really want to. show my face just yet. And also, something has me concerned. Like, for instance, there's some young lady by the name of Tina Cole, and she shared with everyone that one of the guys that I guess was in the chat room, he took her photo, and I didn't even know what she looked like, because she normally hides behind an avatar like everybody else. Like even you, Alley Cat. I don't even know who you are. You could be, I don't know. I don't know who you are. But anyway, she is. I've always seen her with a freaking avatar. Anyway, I guess maybe she one day she went live and some guy took her photo and did some weird stuff with it and kind of turning it, did some porn shit, and then I guess he posted it as his photo or something like that. She was, and she asked him several times to take it down, and he wouldn't take it down. And I'm just like, see, this type of shit right here, this type of shit right here, I'm not here for. And then even I remember one time I was on the live with Rawhide, and there's a guy by the name of Coach Hayes. I like Coach Hayes. I really, really do. And there's a guy by the name of Old School. We all know who Old School is. Old School is if you know if you go ride. Anyway, so one night, Coach Hayes changed his avatar to Old School, and it was a video of Old School. I think Old School was at some gas station or something like that, and he's talking, to the video, and it was just, he's an old guy with no teeth. Like he literally has no teeth. And I remember when he did it, you could say it was very disturbing. Like, A, how did you get this guy's video? Because Old School doesn't, you don't see video of him. You either see him with the avatar, or he may go live. But this was a video where he was somewhere, like he was at a gas station, he was somewhere doing something. And basically what it was Old School, I guess, had sent a video of himself to another YouTuber. I don't know why. YouTuber, I guess, gave it to Coach Hayes, and then Coach Hayes on a live um started, took the video and posted it like it was him, but it really wasn't him. And don't get me wrong, I thought it was hilarious as hell. We all laughed when he did it. It was funny. But when you take a step back, that shit's disturbing. And I have to remember that. And I'm not saying women are any better, because we can be messy, but you're literally online with a bunch of strangers. You have to be careful. If you're a man or a woman, people can dox you, people can take your image and do things with it without your consent. So you just have to be careful. Oh, you're talking about, okay. Okay. All right. He can't really throw the ball unless he gets a lot of practice this summer. He may not play. So if you think it's going to take his place. Hello? You can write in the chat. If Jalen Monroe is not going to start next, I just don't. Okay, if Jalen Monroe is not going to start, then who's gonna start after him? Well, you didn't answer my question, so because you haven't answered my question, I'm sticking with my boy Jalen Monroe. Um, I mean, who knows? But I would say, are you surprised that we are not picking up even better players? And I remember telling people it was before the Utah game was I think it was before the Utah game, it was before the Washington game. We were definitely in our losing streak. I said, I'm gonna tell y'all something. We are not gonna pick up the type of players we wanted to pick up. And then I would also say something. Another negative thing that I have to say is you do realize that we've lost a lot of coaches. The fact that Coach Prime is having a lot of turnover like this is not a good sign. This really is on a lot of levels. It's giving me Prime Academy energy. I'm still positive though. I still think that if God willing, we better get to a bowl game. You in DC and I'm in Houston. Of course, I wouldn't recognize you. Well, why don't you turn on your camera? You know what I find is fascinating? All the people wanting me to turn on their cameras, I didn't see them. It's dead on. It is what it is. But you didn't answer my question. When you go on these lives, what are some things you would like people to talk about? Anything and everything. Okay. Sounds good. So are you listening to TB's live too? Is TB still on? Hello. So you want to talk about anything and everything? By the way, I'm not goofy. I'm very cool. 777 93 11. And yes, I could sing, as you can tell. Don't you think it's really interesting that after Shador asked the coach, the other players to check in, then nobody's really checking in from Alabama? 777 93 11. Dun, 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 dun. Mhm, mm, 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 mm. Okay, right now I'm on YouTube and I am just looking at shit, looking at shit, looking at shit. 777. Dun, 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 dun. I wonder if I have. Nope. Damn. Mm. Oh, you know what? I might. No. Mm. She looked good. She looked fine. Na, 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 na. Oh my god. And what the hell? You are so beautiful. Well, I guess I'm in a stream, and this is a stream that's turned into listening to me do a wide variety of shit. You know, I was thinking about maybe I should do like, well, you're probably not in school, like do a study session stream where we all come together and study. You know, I don't need to study because I'm I'm definitely out of school, but I need to catch up on some reading. Is that your picture, by the way, in your avatar, or is that some random dude? So I'm assuming you're a black man. Are you a biracial man, or do you have Cherokee Indian, or what? Hola Espanol. So your dad's black and your mom's Spanish. Yes or no? Answer me, damn it. Okay, when I speak, do you hear me say the same thing twice? Do you speak Spanish? Do you know how to make soul food or Colombian food? Mm. How tall are you? Wow, we have two more people that have entered the chat. Hey, silent creepers, what's up? Oh, oh gosh, I do not know how to work this damn thing. I mean, you want me to try to pull people? Oh my god, let me see if I can try this again. See, now you got to make me go through another Google Odyssey. So why am I? Why you got two other people that are on this live stream besides T and I? How come you? Why aren't y'all talking? Stop lurking. Stop being a punk ass. You better be glad TB's not on this live. He be cussing y'all's asses out. And that old school guy.
I think you good.
I think I figured out how to add you.
Best people on the field. Field. Like you can be good and come in. You know what I'm saying? Like rotate in. But I want the very best people on the field at the same time. Point blank here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he did, like you said, he good.
Oh, so you're listening to TB.
I mean, it's on another channel.
So basically, what you're telling me is you're cheating on me, and I've been the side chick the entire time.
First of all, we all from Raha channel, so don't get it twisted. And we all listen to the same shit, so it is what it is. I just saw your ass went live, so we here to support you as well.
Well, I thank you for the support. Very kind of you.
I see you getting better with your damn with your technical difficulties over there.
Actually, I'm not getting better. Like for instance, now that I've pulled you up, now there's all those echoes are coming back, and it's just a mess.
You'll get it together.
So is this your porn photo?
My what?
I'm just joking.
Nigga, that's a regular headshot. Chill out.
I know. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Nah, but if you gonna do this, you gotta figure out just have different topics. Don't never have the same basic topics. Just have different topics. But that shit's gonna well, it depends on how you carry your panel, but the shit can go left, immediately.
Yeah, I know. I actually, you know what? I wouldn't mind trying to like reach out to more women because there's not a lot of women in this space. Like, I definitely want men to be a part of it. Totally, of
Are you
course.
talking about sports or what?
Just
Cause
more
you
women. Like, there's just not a lot of women that
but are
get
you
up
saying
and
but
talk on the channel.
are you saying to talk about sports or are you just talking about
Yeah, talk about sports.
Well, shit. Where the hell is your work people at? Well, you say you really don't want to mix that together.
Yeah, I definitely want to keep that separate from what I'm doing. Yeah, like I just don't want people. I mean, because I say crazy stuff on there sometimes, and then sometimes these lives can get really, really live, if you know what I mean. People say a lot of stuff, so I don't want to. I don't. I definitely don't want. We're in the era of cancel culture, so
Girl, you work like eight, probably like $4,000. Ain't nobody fit to cancel you.
you'd be surprised, honey.
What you do? You say you're a
I do a
recruit.
little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I don't think nobody fit to cancel you
No,
for
I mean I don't just do just recruiting. So
whatever the hell it is. Ain't nobody fit to
yeah, you
cancel
just got to be
you.
careful. You got a lot of people getting fired over things, and then of course, you never know who you're dealing with online. Like I said, people can just be weird and strange.
People are
You
weird.
have a disagreement with somebody, and somebody will, that same person will try to figure out where you live, what you do, send some of your shit to your employer, and you're like, what the hell? It ain't that deep.
Well, it ain't really hard to find out where people live.
Yeah, it's just you just gotta be like I said, I do intend to go live, and I don't have a problem with people seeing who I am, but I'm trying to figure out what my voice is gonna be like when I do this, what type of lives I'm gonna have. Am I gonna have lives like Rawhide where everybody's going in and everybody's cussing each other out, and it's just fun though, because it
You
is
gotta have
hilarious.
you gotta have lives like Sam. That's how your lives gotta be. Can't have lives like Raha. Can't have lives like TB. They gotta be like Sam. So talk about what Sam want to talk about. Shit like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. You're right about that. I just have to figure out what shit like that's gonna be. I have to find my voice when I do this, and I have to figure out what my tribe is gonna look like. The types of because like me going on these podcasts, whether it's Rawhides, whether it's TVs, whether it's Ticos, whether it's John the Liquidator, everybody has their own group, their own family. There's certain people that gravitate towards certain lives, and I just have to figure out what my family's going to be like. Like, what kind of crazies am I going to attract?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So figure it out, cause once you show your face, then you gonna get everybody from all the other channels. They're gonna start coming over, and they just gonna start chilling with you. Y'all pick y'all little times that y'all don't try to go live at the same time the other person going live and shit like that. Cause it's pretty much the same people in all the lives.
Yeah, that's what I have to figure out.
Like the TLP, that live over there be some international shit. Max Live be the live that's, no cursing. Raha TB, you say what you want. Chico, I don't really listen to them, but so you just gotta figure out how you want yours to go.
Do you listen to any women? Um, do you listen to any women lives?
They talk about sports.
As long as they talk about sports.
No, I was asking you, like, do you mean to like talk about sports? Nah, I don't really listen to nobody. I think you'll be the first one that I join,
Okay,
and that's only because we be giving you a hard time.
right. Yeah, I've been lucky with that. You got I take man, y'all have not been easy on me. That's for sure.
Nigga,
But
you
it's
be
all
doing it to
good.
yourself.
You gotta learn.
You be doing it to yourself.
I do it to myself.
You do it to yourself.
Yeah, but most of the time I'm pretty quiet though. I don't. I'm more silent than I speak.
Mm.
Now, granted, on my own live, like tonight, I talked, and I will definitely be. I think in the beginning when you do these lives, at least I know I'm gonna have to do more talking than I'm gonna be able to listen. I one day want to be able to be like Rawhide, where he kind of sits back and lets people go off for each other.
Yeah, man. You just gotta get the people over here. You gotta get them over here. You gotta get them comfortable. And with doing that, they gonna want to know who the fuck you are.
Yeah, that's
I'm, I'm telling you right now.
yeah. I gotta, and that's what I strive to do that. I gotta get people to the point where they get real comfortable, and then I can just kind of sit back and just like listen to the melee.
All you
Oh,
gotta do is
I ask you this. I gotta ask you a question. Do you speak Spanish?
a little bit, but I only speak it like if I need it. I don't speak it to people that don't speak Spanish.
Oh, okay. I guess do you understand it though? Do you understand all of it?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
But I'm telling you, all you gotta do is like shit. You and Raha pretty cool, so shit. All you gotta do is just link back up with him and be like, hey, let's do a joint live and shit. Go from there.
Yeah.
Start talking about shit that's interesting and shit. People will come.
How many? I got a question. How many people are in TV's live right now?
Like hold on. Probably like the most be over there is like 23 to 30 people. 24.
Okay, that's nice. He's having a good little group of people. Okay, cool. All right. Well, my friend, it is 3:15 a.m. East Coast time, and I am going to end the live. Thank
See?
you so much for sticking out, and I appreciate it. And I'll probably go live probably the next couple days.
Yeah,
So
you
enjoy
did
your
pretty
evening.
good. You did pretty good for your first time.
Well, thank you so much. Take care. Have a good night.
Indeed.
Thanks. Take care. Bye bye.